We are continuing to keep a close eye on 3I Atlas, a Manhattan-sized interstellar object believed to be a comet getting closer and closer to Earth.
A mysterious object from another star, proof of aliens, or just a cosmic coincidence? When 3I Atlas streaked into our skies, it ignited a war between science and speculation, truth versus imagination.
They claim the James Webb Space Telescope spotted a large object about 10 light years away moving toward Earth.
Imagine the black canvas of space, silent, infinite. Then, a glimmer cuts through the void. A traveler no one expected. Its name, 3I Atlas. An object so strange even experts balked. Was it alive, artificial, or simply ancient? At first glance, it looked ordinary, another faint smear in the night sky. But when NASA's Hubble Space Telescope and the Gemini Observatory in Hawaii turned their gaze toward it, something extraordinary appeared. A coma, a glowing halo of vapor, bloomed around its core. A tail, thin as silk, stretched behind. Sunlight scattering through jets of escaping ice. That's the unmistakable signature of a comet, the universe's dusty, frozen messengers. Under the sun's heat, the surface began to sublimate, solid ice transforming directly into gas. Each burst of vapor whispered a secret. This was no machine. It was nature at work, the same process seen in every comet since time began. But the real revelations came from spectroscopy. Light turned into language. Through that prism, scientists read its chemistry like a code. Water vapor, carbon monoxide, cyanide, atomic nickel. All ingredients were found in comets born within our own solar system. Yet the ratios were off. Too much nickel, too little carbon. Not wrong, just different. Evidence that the 3I Atlas formed around another star under alien conditions billions of years ago. Then came the question of motion. Its path wasn't circular, not even elliptical. It was hyperbolic. That means it's moving too fast to ever return. An interstellar visitor, flung across light years just passing through. If someone had built it, it wouldn't drift like this. It would maneuver. But the data showed no propulsion, no deliberate course changes. Only the faint push of gas jets, the gentle breath of a melting comet. Astronomers call it non-gravitational acceleration, natural, predictable, and very real. Still, to silence the whispers, scientists listen deeper. SETI arrays scan for signals, pulses, and patterns. Any hint of technology? Nothing. No transmissions, no modulations, no voice in the static. So what are we left with? Not an alien probe, not a silent scout from another civilization, but something far older, a relic of a lost solar system, wandering between stars. A messenger of dust and ice, carrying the memory of another sun. And tonight, it brushed past ours. It began with a question and a name that still divides the scientific world. Avi Loeb, Harvard astrophysicist, he's no outsider. Loeb once chaired Harvard's astronomy department, worked with NASA, and helped shape theories on the early universe. But in 2018, he did something few scientists dare. He asked if the first interstellar object, Oumuamua, might not be natural at all. Loeb noticed that Oumuamua's motion didn't perfectly meet expectations. It seemed to accelerate slightly, yet had no visible tail. Its shape, thin, elongated, almost metallic in reflectivity, didn't fit any known comet model. So he posed the unthinkable. What if it's a probe? A piece of alien technology, maybe drifting, maybe exploring, a relic of some distant civilization. Fast forward to 2025. When the 3I Atlas entered the scene, those same questions reignited. It was the second known interstellar visitor. And again, its behavior looked odd. Its glow pulsed. Its path twitched. And that was enough. The idea spread like wildfire. Is this Oumuamua's twin? Another alien craft? The media amplified every hint, every tweet, every half-statement. Headlines whispered, Harvard scientist says alien probe possible. The public didn't hear the nuance. That Loeb said possible, not proven. Most astronomers pushed back. They pointed to outgassing jets, pockets of evaporating ice that act like miniature thrusters. Each burst could mimic an engine firing, but randomly, not purposefully. It was the perfect storm. One bold scientist, one strange object, and one internet addicted to mystery. Science moved cautiously. Speculation sprinted ahead, and before the data could settle, the myth had already taken flight. When the alien theory caught fire, science didn't dismiss it. It tested it. From NASA to ESA, from the Hubble Space Telescope to the Gemini North Observatory, a global network of instruments turned their gaze toward the Three-Eye Atlas. If this were a probe, someone would have to prove it. The first step was multispectral analysis, breaking down the light it reflected into precise wavelengths. Different materials shine differently. If the Three-Eye Atlas were metallic, it would have told itself. Bright, reflective, artificial. Instead, the spectrum showed volatile ices and carbon-rich dust, exactly what scientists expect from comets. Then came infrared imaging. Infrared light reveals heat, the faint warmth from sublimating ices or perhaps from engines. The verdict? No heat signatures, no exhaust trails, just natural warming as sunlight reached its frozen crust. Next, radio telescopes joined the hunt. SETI arrays and deep space antennas scan for narrowband signals, the kind no natural source emits hours of data. Billions of frequencies, nothing, no beacons, no coded pulses, just silence, the kind only deep space can hold. Still, scientists wanted to explain its peculiar motion. Telescopes had tracked it, accelerating in ways gravity alone couldn't justify, almost as if it were steering itself. To unravel this, researchers turned to computer simulations, recreating its trajectory in exquisite detail. When they included asymmetric outgassing, jets of vapor erupting more forcefully from one side than the other, the math finally aligned. Those strange course corrections weren't signs of control, but the result of sunlight warming uneven surfaces. No navigation, no alien intelligence, just physics, beautifully chaotic and entirely natural in its precision. In laboratories across the world, scientists decided to test that idea directly. They crafted comet analogs, chunks of frozen carbon dioxide, water ice, and cosmic dust, to mimic the conditions of deep space. Under simulated sunlight, these models came alive. They hissed, spun, and drifted unpredictably as vapor burst from fissures, matching Three-Eye Atlas's curious dance with uncanny accuracy. Cameras captured every twitch and twist, confirming that nature itself could reproduce the enigma. What seemed mysterious in the void was, in truth, the simple poetry of thermodynamics at work. And for transparency, NASA and ESA did something rare. They opened every dataset to the public anyone could download, analyze, and verify. Every anomaly was cataloged, tested, and explained. The result was clear, not a cover-up but a self-correcting system. Science had stared into the unknown, chased the wildest possibility, and emerged with truth grounded in evidence. Three-Eye Atlas wasn't a visitor from another mind. It was a messenger from another sun. Even after debunking myths, the Three-Eye Atlas refuses to be ordinary. It's not just another comet. It may be the oldest one humanity has ever seen. When scientists studied its spectrum, they noticed something extraordinary. The chemical fingerprints showed unusual nickel and carbon ratios, far beyond anything found in our solar system. This pointed to a birthplace around a dying red giant star, a sun in its final breaths, where metals like nickel are forged and scattered into space. Three-Eye Atlas, it seems, was born from the ashes of a dying world. Its physical nature only deepens the mystery. The comet's density is far lower than any known cousin, suggesting it's a fragile agglomerate of ice and dust, a snowflake on a cosmic scale. Its albedo, or reflectivity, is astonishingly dim, hinting at a surface darkened by countless millennia of radiation. Imagine a frozen relic adrift through interstellar space, scarred and blackened by invisible storms. Every micrometeorite impact and burst of solar wind has left its mark, transforming it into something ancient and alien. A wanderer that remembers every encounter across the endless dark. As it wandered between stars, interstellar dust acted like sandpaper, grinding and reshaping its crust molecule by molecule. Cosmic rays baked it, ultraviolet light etched patterns no human eye has seen, and the vacuum polished it to a dull, ghost-like sheen. By the time it entered our solar system, its outer layers had become a monument to time itself, a black mirror to the cosmos. That's why it gleamed faintly, spectral and elusive, even under the sun's full glare, as though reluctant to reveal its secrets after eons of solitude. But beneath that darkness lies treasure. Its interior, protected from radiation, could preserve molecules that predate our sun, pure interstellar ices untouched since their creation. Within those frozen layers might rest the raw ingredients of alien worlds: amino acids, carbon chains, and complex organics forged in distant nebulae. For scientists, this isn't just a rock, it's a messenger. Studying its chemistry could expose how life's building blocks vary across the galaxy, a glimpse into the diversity of creation itself, and maybe something more. Some researchers suggest that comets like this might have once carried life's building blocks across space: water, carbon, and amino acids, seeding young planets in their wake. If that's true, then 3I Atlas isn't just a comet. It's a cosmic messenger, carrying whispers of creation itself, a fossil from another sun, a survivor of a forgotten dawn. Proof that even lifeless stones can tell stories older than our world. But if the science is so clear, why do so many still believe it's alien? The answer lies not in the stars, but in us. Human minds are wired for patterns, for agency. When something moves, we assume intent. When something glows, we think it's signaling. It's a survival instinct, one that once kept our ancestors alive and now fuels modern myths. This instinct has a name: cognitive bias. It convinces us that randomness must have meaning, that chaos hides purpose. Then there's pareidolia, the brain's trick of seeing faces in clouds, messages in noise, and designs in dust. When people stare at the 3I Atlas's flickering light, they don't see outgassing jets. They see communication, because mystery demands a storyteller, and when none exists, we create one. In the digital age, those stories spread faster than any telescope data. Online echo chambers amplify the extraordinary and ignore the ordinary. Algorithms feed us what excites us, not what educates us. Mystery sells. Evidence scrolls past. After years of crises, mistrust in institutions has deepened. Governments, scientists, and media, all viewed with suspicion. So when NASA says comet and a viral post says probe, the human heart chooses the narrative that feels powerful, but belief isn't ignorance. It's emotion, the need to make sense of uncertainty, to feel part of a grand story. For some, the 3I Atlas isn't data, it's hope, a symbol that we may not be alone. And that's the paradox. Even when science proves it natural, the myth lives on, because imagination is the one force stronger than gravity itself. In the vast silence between stars, the 3I Atlas is more than a curiosity. It's a messenger of perspective. Each interstellar comet that enters our solar system carries the fingerprints of distant worlds, written in atoms and ice. By studying their isotopic makeup, scientists can trace the very recipes of solar systems: how planets form, how ices migrate, and how elements like carbon, oxygen, and nickel scatter through galaxies. 3I Atlas is a sample return mission the universe delivered on its own. No rockets, no funding, just cosmic timing. These fragments from afar help refine our understanding of planetary evolution, asteroid defense, and deep space chemistry. Each spectral reading, each trajectory model, becomes a piece of the puzzle, revealing how solar systems live, die, and recycle their material into new worlds. And soon we won't just observe them, we'll chase them. Future missions like ESA's Comet Interceptor and NASA's proposed Rapid Response Probe aim to intercept the next interstellar traveler before it vanishes back into the dark. Imagine it: a spacecraft launched within weeks, racing across the solar system to meet an object older than Earth itself. It's not science fiction anymore. It's the next frontier. But the 3I Atlas matters beyond data and design. It's a cultural mirror, reminding us that curiosity and wonder are shared human traits, that in the face of the unknown, we oscillate between fear and fascination, science and story. The line between myth and measurement is thin. Both are born from awe, the same awe that once drew humans to firelight, then to telescopes, and now to the stars. In chasing comets like 3I Atlas, we're not just studying the universe. We're remembering who we are, the species that asks, what's out there? And what does it mean for us?
If you want to take a vacation, take it before that date, because who knows what will happen.
So what's the truth behind the 3I Atlas? It's not alien technology, but that doesn't make it any less extraordinary. It's a visitor from another sun, carrying material that predates Earth, older than our oceans, older than the sky itself. Its journey began when our world was still molten rock. Now, millions of years later, it drifts past our telescopes, a relic of cosmic memory. Its story reveals something about us too, how we interpret mystery. Faced with the unknown, we split in two directions: evidence and emotion. Science asks for proof. Imagination fills the silence. Both in their own ways are miracles. Avi Loeb's challenge to keep questioning remains vital because science only thrives when it dares to ask uncomfortable questions. But skepticism needs structure, not chaos. Belief without data is fantasy. Data without curiosity is lifeless. Truth, like a comet's tail, shines brightest when both forces meet. The real lesson of the 3I Atlas isn't about aliens or secrecy. It's about the humility to accept that the universe still holds surprises, and the wisdom to recognize them when they arrive. It came from the darkness, carrying dust older than time. It asked no questions and spoke no words, yet changed how we look at the cosmos, not because it was alien, but because it reminded us that we are. In the end, the 3I Atlas proves one thing: truth travels slower than rumor. Keep questioning, keep exploring, but trust evidence over excitement. Because sometimes the most incredible story isn't written by aliens, it's written by the universe itself, and we're just learning how to read it.